Chris Spiker here.
I'm Aaron Goldstein. We are here with Dr. Campano.
Hi.
Welcome, Dr. Campano.
Thank you.
First name Rue.
Rue, are you?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And you are our local person who makes people look nice, makes people look beautiful.
I tried.
And there was an article in this week's Lifestyle magazine, Antelope Valley Press. It sounds like you kind of take the natural approach. You just kind of want to make people look as good as they can look.
That's what I try.
Starting with a smile.
Yeah.
And you have a day of beauty coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
So basically a day of beauty is a day where kind of all day long people, they don't have appointments, they just come on in, I evaluate them if I haven't seen them before, and I just usually give people a mirror and say what bothers you, and we kind of start from the top, work our way down, and I give my recommendations, and then they can have Botox or fillers, and then we can schedule lasers or other treatments. We talk about skincare, other things like that.
I'm thinking you're almost a psychologist, aren't you? Because you hand them a mirror, what bothers you? And they talk about this, and you're just probably thinking, okay, doesn't bother me.
Well, before I made the mistake, 20 years ago, I'll say, oh, is this what brings you in? They're like, no, I didn't even notice that. Oh my gosh.
Oh really?
So
it shows?
Now I just say, what brings you in? Because it could be something different than what I think would bring them in. But next Thursday, they will have the opportunity to tell me.
So you then, you're a listener.
I do. I listen.
You just listen to it. So tell me, what is a facial plastic surgeon? What kind of procedures, surgeries do you do?
So I start with minimally invasive procedures like Botox and fillers, but I'm also a facial plastic surgeon, so I do facelifts and neck lifts, rhinoplasty, fix the nose, otoplasties, pin the ear back, whatever needs to be done in the head and neck region. I also am a reconstructive surgeon, so if you have a large cancer defect, then I'll kind of bring it back together, put you back to normal.
Now, do you do that in your office there in the beautiful Campano building?
I do certain procedures in the office, and if you need an anesthesiologist, then I do it in the operating room.
That is an amazing building.
And thank you so much.
On the freeway at Avenue N, and you and your husband, Angelo, share the building?
We do. So he's in Campano Law Group. He's upstairs, and I'm downstairs, so I get to see him if I want to.
My wife and I met you and your husband at dinner several years ago. Long time ago. And I was amazed that somebody from out of town loved the Antelope Valley.
We do. It's really inviting. I think everyone is so warm here. We've been here since 2004. I can't believe it's gone by so fast. And we moved from the Bay Area, and it's kind of like a small town, but we have a lot of people who live here. We're in proximity to LA, but we tend to really not go out of town that much. We like kind of hanging out around here.
Well, you got the family now.
We do. We have our twin girls. They keep them busy.
Well, you're a wonderful addition to the Antelope Valley.
Thank you.
With cosmetics, people are worried about looking like a Real Housewife. So what's your philosophy on that?
I try to make people look the best they can from the way they look. So sometimes some of the younger people will come in and they'll have Instagram pictures and social media things and say, I want to look like this Kardashian person. And if that's what they want, I try to kind of veer them still towards more natural. But if that's what they want, that's what they'll get. At least I feel like it'll be done tastefully. But a lot of people, I think when they come in, they see a lot of the TV shows, and the aesthetic in Beverly Hills and in Orange County is different from our aesthetic. It's different from where I trained in the San Francisco aesthetic, which is no one really wants anyone to know anything's been done. They just want to look good. And so that's my philosophy, is I want to make you look natural, kind of like I have people bring in photographs of themselves 10, 15 years ago, and so I kind of look and see what their face looks like, and then try to kind of bring it back to that.
So I had a consultation, and I think it was free.
Yes, facial cosmetic consultations are free.
So they just kind of like decide what's available, what they might want to do, you try to find out what they're thinking.
It's really amazing time to age. Because before, when I first started, we only had a few things. Now we have so many things in my armamentarium to really help people look the best that they can.
Do you have a website?
I do.
You must.
drcampano.com.
I love your signage, your billboards.
Thank you.
Are you on you're on the electric billboards?
We are. The Lamar billboards on the freeway.
Man, how many cars go by those signs in a day?
A lot, I think.
30, 40,000? It's a lot of views.
Hopefully.
Hey, well, and what was the decision for joining the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce?
Well, you had to. I was in the Lancaster, we're currently in Palmdale, but I was in Lancaster for 10 years in the building right by AV Hospital, so in the AVYC building. So I think that I like Chamber of Commerceers. I think that they help small businesses meet the community, and I think it's kind of a warm, inviting situation, and then you can meet different people. It's a good place to network. And I think that the Lancaster Chamber helped me with that when I first moved here, and I've been a member ever since.
How did you come up with the idea for the Day of Beauty?
You know, we started with an evening of beauty, and then we needed more time, so we've extended. So we do this about 4 times a year, and I think that when patients are a little bit nervous of doing something on their own, they'll bring their friends, and so there's food, there's drink, they can relax a little bit, and then they can really kind of sit down and talk and figure out what they want to do. And they don't have to do anything that day, that's just to kind of see. Sometimes patients will, and there's all kinds of specials that day as well, but sometimes patients will come in ahead of time, have an evaluation, and then they'll come in and have procedures done that day.
Yeah, I think that for me, I'm just kind of thinking, you know, no appointments, it's not a stuffy doctor's office, there's food, which is kind of interesting, you know. Maybe there should be some flowers too, I don't know.
We actually had casino night in December, but it rained all day, so not that many people got to take advantage of it. But we actually had roulette. I learned how to play roulette. I didn't know how to play, like roulette and craps.
You could do that in the Antelope Valley? Wow.
Well, there was no money involved, so it was fine. So it was just for fun, but we had that for patients to do in between while they were waiting. So, but this Day of Beauty will be for Valentine's Day, so that you can look your best for your Valentine's.
You know, you own the Day of Beauty. I mean, when I hear that term, I just think of your office.
Thank you.
Yeah, so probably every day is a Day of Beauty at
We
Campano's.
try every day to be Day of Beauty, but
Yeah.
next Thursday, February 7th, from 10 to 7 is our Day
For
of Beauty.
sure, for sure. Who does the procedures in your office?
Anything invasive, I personally do. So I don't have assistants. It's just myself. Because a lot of nurses and PAs have asked, you know, do you want, can I work there? And I can't explain to someone my 20 years of experience of analyzing someone's face. And as a surgeon, it's not just the skin. You know, I've literally lifted, tugged, pulled. I'm also an ear, nose, and throat head neck surgeon. So I do a lot of cancer reconstruction. So when I did my facial plastics training, to me it was easy because I don't have to trace out a nerve and, you know, be careful that you can't violate the cancer. And so I have a lot of experience with really large procedures, so that it gave me the experience for the cosmetic procedures.
So you're not just handing somebody the needle and say, go in there and...
I do everything myself. So if you come in, then there's certain things that we do have for cool sculpting. We offer cool sculpting to get rid of fat all over the body, and so then my cool consultants do that. But we have them all trained at Cool Sculpt University, so every single one of them.
Wow.
I went to.
Cool scope. And what other universities have you gone to?
I've gone to University of Maryland for medical school, and I went to Franklin Marshall College for college. And I also have a graduate degree in anatomy, master's in anatomy from University of Maryland.
And all these years you're still having fun?
I am. I love what I do. I think it's fun. I think my patients give me satisfaction. I think that this area, everyone's so nice and so friendly. I also have a satellite office in Ridgecrest. I've been going there since 2003. And they're just the sweetest people. It's almost like a Midwest town out there. And then last year we opened up the office in Valencia.
I'm glad you discovered Ridgecrest. So do you drive through Red Rock Canyon every
Yes.
time? What a neat drive.
It's pretty. It's pretty. And if you keep going north, then you'll hit Lone Pine and Mammoth.
Have you discovered 395 and all those wonderful cities up and down the Owens Valley?
Yes, yes. The cute little towns. And my husband likes to ski, so he likes to go up in Mammoth. I'm kind of a bunny slope kind of skier, though.
Yeah, well, there's some of that.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for the snowboarders.
I know, they're scary.
They are scary.
It's you young people.
It's not me.
So let's see, what am I forgetting to ask? So we talked about where your office is. You're on 13th Street, which is kind of like... 12th, sorry. It's pretty much the freeway, backs up to the freeway and Avenue N.
Exactly.
All the other, that's a neat little part of the world. Nice private offices, a lot of professionals.
Yes. And then we have a nice space.
Nice space.
And you can see our sign off the freeway. So you just head east off the freeway and you can find the Campano building.
Can't miss it. Blue must be your favorite color.
Purple.
Is that purple?
Purple. Well, purple inside. If all our color is kind of purple, but the building is gray with a blue roof.
Okay, I thought I remembered some blue somewhere. And contact information, phone number,
661-726-6277.
perfect. That is, just show up on Thursday, February 7th.
Just show up. And if you miss it, or if you're in LA, you're driving up, then we also have a Morning of Beauty in the Valencia office, which is just up the street from the mall in the City of Hope building. And so that's from 9 to 12 on Saturday, the 9th.
Well, you stay busy.
I do, I try. Plus the twins keep me busy too.
So who goes home first, you or Angelo?
I do. I bring the girls to the office in the morning, bring them home so they can hang out with Grandma and Grandpa, and then go home, and then he comes later.
So I was at the 1-year birthday party, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what time of the year was that?
June.
Is it in June already?
Yes. Yeah, they're 20 months, and they're running, but they're running in different directions, so kind of need 2 people.
So just a minute left. What are some of the groups, charities that you're involved with in the Antelope Valley?
The Children's Center,
Mhm.
and then Grace Resources, and anything basically with children or animals. We love to be involved. So Halfway to Home, which is where we got our Kiara. She's our firstborn child. So
I remember that dog from the signage.
we put her on the freeway, and now we have a second one, Enzo.
Dogs just bring so much to life, don't they?
So much joy. Yeah, they're just big fluffy balls of love, and now the kids are more loved.
And your patients.
My patients are wonderful. I think it's amazingly gratifying. I met a lady recently at a charity event, and she came up to me and she said, I don't know if you remember me, but you diagnosed my husband's cancer, and he's still alive 10 years later. And it just brought tears to my eyes. It's wonderful.
Well, we've been talking with Dr. Real Campano. Thank you very much for being a member of the Lancaster Chamber.
Thank you, Chris.